Hey there, chatters. I'm Nat.
And I'm Kat, and welcome to the Crime Chat. I am your forensic femme fatale. Natalie is your true crimetic connoisseur.
We're just two normal girls obsessed with dark crimes, evil minds, and occasionally the unknown.
And here is your disclaimer, chatters. The following Crime Chat does contain adult content and will have potentially violent and very awkward beauty scenarios today. So your listener discretion is advised.
You've been warned. And before we get into today's Crime Chat, we have to introduce our special guest for today's episode, the co-hosts of Live, Laugh, Larceny podcast, Amanda and Trevin.
Yes,
welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome
for having us.
Welcome.
We've been
I'm here
planning
for the adult
this.
content.
We'll have some. Oh, we'll have some.
We've
been planning this for a bit, and it's so exciting to actually, make it happen.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we've been going back and forth for a bit, and it's been not my favorite fall of my life, but I'm glad that we've made it here in the winter.
I second that.
Yes.
I second that. Yes.
Well, I can't.
Well,
I'm in Florida, so I can't. It's always summer here. I know.
Florida is beautiful.
And
I
crazy.
miss the snow, though.
And crazy.
And crazy it is, yeah.
She knows all about the Florida man.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to give us some of your favorite ones sometime, because we do every February. That's the only stories we cover.
We do Florida February. Yeah.
Ooh, I can send you some stories.
awesome.
Definitely. Yeah.
Please.
That is so cool. Well, it's great to have you guys here. Do you want to introduce yourselves and kind of talk about who you are, where you're from, what you do?
Trevin, you want to start?
Sure. So I am Trevin. Amanda and I are friends of... What are we here? We're getting close to 10 years, or maybe right at it.
I think we're past 10 years, Trevin.
Maybe so. I must miss.
Awesome.
I miss the anniversaries a lot. We're both a couple creative people who met at a dead-end job and decided to continue being friends from there. She was a photographer. I was a musician.
Mm-hmm.
And through just different changes in life, we decided to make a podcast. And she wanted to do true crime. And I said, well, I want to make fun of it because I don't want to do true crime proper, because I couldn't do what you guys do. And so we came up with this idea to take dumb criminal stories. And because I'm an audio guy, I put sound effects to them. We do cheesy reenactments. So we'll take stories like one of my favorites of Amanda's about a woman who got on an elevator and took a 1-floor elevator ride up on her way to an appointment and pooped in the elevator in that one ride. And still went to her appointment right afterwards, which is the thing that blows my mind the most. Yes, and
just like it's normal.
So we cover that with reenactments. Amanda puts a backstory about what
Amazing.
she thinks a person like that may be like on their day to day, and she plays the character, and it leads to that beautiful ending that is actually the true story.
Oh my God. That's great.
Yes.
Okay.
It's great.
So it's a good blend. We also sometimes call ourselves a petty variety show.
Yeah.
So we do dreadful dilemmas at the beginning. Then we'll do like a fun fact or a game in the middle. And then we tell our stories, our over dramatic petty crime stories. So it's a good time.
I did see that you do this dreadful dilemmas, and I was going to ask you actually about that. And then you have killer facts segments also.
Yes.
Yeah. So we split our show into 3 segments. I love the story part of things, but it's just so much work to do and to try to fill the time with. And also,
Sure.
I personally like to get to know the people who make stuff, because I'm one of those people who watches movies and then all the behind the scenes to see, like, is my favorite director a dick or not, you know?
Yeah.
So
How difficult was it to work with this person?
exactly. So
Yeah.
I like to hear the behind the scenes stuff. So Amanda and I we'll take these stories. I mean, we write them ourselves, just adapt them weekly, which is a ton of stories to write. And it's fun just to kind of hear. We'll have our dreadful dilemmas of things going on with us. Like this newest episode this week, Amanda, her dilemma was that she took her family to the roller rink, and Amanda wanted to do it for her birthday party maybe, but decided maybe after 30 that wasn't a good idea.
No, it's a horrible. I had way too much false confidence in myself.
And that same week, she told a story about a person who committed a crime at a roller rink. So it's like some of those inside jokes about our lives also can kind of go in, and it's like you're part of the inside joke with us.
Oh, that's great. I love that. You just reminded me of it. Like, I can't remember how long ago it was which was my last time also at a roller rink, and I false confidence saying, right? I was kind of hanging out with my friends' kids going, oh, I can catch up with you. Like I'm thinking, okay, my middle school days, right? I'm
Right.
skating
That's what I was thinking.
backwards and I'm like,
Yeah.
doing all these tricks and stuff. Oh no. Whoop, fell right on my ass, probably broke my elbow, but I never went. Because when I fell backwards, I fell back and I slammed my elbow on and the floor is hard.
Oh, yes, it's
my
rock
gosh.
hard. I just don't know why any of us try to do this when we're older.
Right. Yeah, I was humbled very fast.
Same.
But
You're not alone.
It's a good nostalgic feel.
Yes.
To kind of go back and be like, oh, remember my days. Yeah, I sat down after that. And that was my last time going there. Gosh, that was probably 12, 14 years ago, something like that. Yeah.
And how's your elbow today?
It's there.
Creaking.
Hanging by a thread.
It does actually pop. It does kind of
pops.
creak and it grinds a little bit. I had this huge goose egg, right on, because it wasn't on the bony part of it. It was right underneath it.
Oof,
And
yeah.
it had a nice goose egg. And, you get to that point where you're like, I can't brush my hair, wash my hair. I'm having to do, of course, it was my right and I'm right-handed. So I was having to do everything with my left hand and say, well, this is all you're going to get. That's all you got.
Dang, that really did a number on you.
She's a tough cookie, though. Kat is tough.
Semper Gumby. Well, it's great to have you. We usually talk about how our week is going, like you guys kind of do. And I think, Natalie, we didn't talk about this, but I'm going to give you some mind tricks.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Jedi
Stranger
mind tricks?
Things. That's Stranger Things. So
Okay.
are you
I can
guys
talk
Stranger
about
Things
this.
So
fans?
can I.
Oh my gosh.
Did you watch all of it so far?
Yeah.
Caught
Yes.
up.
Ooh, me too.
Now,
Yes.
wait a minute. Are you fans of D&D, though? The game?
I am not, no.
I'm
Okay.
not. However, I make my own murder mystery parties that me and my friends do, and I actually sell them on Etsy. So although I don't play the D&D game, I'm very into creating characters and role playing and all that fun stuff.
That's very cool.
Do you share that Etsy shop with me, please? I need
Oh,
to go
yes.
shopping. I love to shop.
Oh, I got you.
Okay. Spoiler alert to the chatters listening who have not watched the first volume of season 5, 4 episodes. Fast forward if you need to. But, okay. Was I the only one who was freaking mind blown? Will, at the end?
I don't know if mind blown was I was mind blown, but my main thing was finally, Will is finally he gets to take some of his power back.
Yes. Yeah.
They did such a good job, I think, tying it into how they had and I've seen a lot of clips, like you were saying, Trevin, you kind of look into the background, how they were putting everything together. I've seen a lot of clips of how they had a child actor. So it wasn't Noah Schnapp that actually played him. They didn't reincarnate him. They had a kid who was 11 years old. And what they did was Noah was saying that he sat in a green room and they were saying, okay, now pretend a Demogorgon's coming after you and react to this. And you're climbing a tree. So they kind of superimposed his face and put it on that child actor.
Wow.
I was wondering how they did that.
Because I was like, damn, that looks really good.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay.
Just like him from season 1 when he was 11, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that I wouldn't say that I was blown away by it. I mean, we all knew something was coming.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think the thing for me is I was so scared that he was just going to turn into a bad guy. And who knows, maybe I'm going to eat my words on this and maybe he'll turn. But it just seems like the way the writing is going and they're writing his arc so well, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because to me, my wife and I were talking about this the other night. He kind of feels like a damsel character in a lot of ways. He's just always, I don't want to say, he's just always in distress. And it's we got to go help Will again. He's sort of in the Hangover movies. He's the fourth member who they're always trying to go save. And so I thought they're never going to give this kid a main part. And it's not because I didn't think he could get one. It just felt that's just what they were going to shoehorn him as. So seeing it finally build into that and not go the route of just being well, now I'm a bad guy. I was really, it felt wholesome, but not forced to be a good story. You know what I mean? Everybody's happy feeling.
Yeah.
I thought that he was actually going to die.
You
I
thought
thought that at the end of that, I was like, oh no, you can't and then that's, I think, why I was so mind blown, because I saw it building up to him, Vecna leaves or whatever. He drops back down to the ground. I was like, oh my gosh, Will's going to die. So I think when it turned the other way, that's what got me like, fuck yes. Yes.
I couldn't even believe it. My husband and I, so when Vecna broke the kid's limbs all creepily, we called that getting origamied. I don't know why, but that's what we call it.
Yeah.
And he origamied all of those Demadogs at the same time. I was like,
oh my gosh.
And you
amazing.
have to have the white eyes like Batman and look cool. Nobody else got that. Well, I guess
it looked really cool. Well, my brother growing up was a total nerd and it lived for D&D. That was his thing, the neighborhood. I mean, that Stranger Things is so I can relate to it because I was the sister with the brothers doing a campaign and all this stuff. And it was great. I mean, I didn't really understand it, but now that the Will character kind of transitioned over, I totally get where they're going with this, because a lot of people, and they've hinted at it during the story. I think when he did some artwork and they were like, oh yeah, look, you're leading the charge and there you are, you're the wizard. And there's a huge difference in Dungeons and Dragons between a wizard and a sorcerer. There's a huge difference. And a lot of people don't realize he was never the wizard. A wizard in D&D is academic. That's somebody that goes, it's almost like you can go to college and become a wizard, like Hogwarts or whatever, where a sorcerer is literally, your DNA is different than everybody else's. And it's very violent. Your powers are very violent because it just comes out through emotion. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh my God, I got to call my brother because I know he is just going crazy right now because that was huge. I think Will is probably more powerful than Vecna, but I don't know if he's going to survive. I mean, we have to see because I don't know, but he's if they're staying true to the game, Will can kick Vecna's butt. So
yeah, that's amazing. I love that.
I can't wait.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks to my brother. Thank you, Gary.
That's so awesome, though. Yeah, he's a sorcerer.
Will the Wise, right?
Yes.
Isn't that what he was called? Yeah, Will the Wise.
Mm-hmm. I will say that I'm surprised that not one character died during that stretch, really, though. It felt like somebody had to give. Not that I wanted them to, but just somebody had to give.
I wanted Dad to go.
I thought they were going to do it. It felt so obvious. I was like, oh, he's going. He's done.
Yeah.
But I will also say the mom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I have to talk about this real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if do you guys have kiddos? Are you mamas? I
am. I'm not.
Okay, well, still,
Yeah.
even if you have a pet, like a pet mom, he's a dog dad and a cat dad. When you're protecting your offspring, and she's drunk AF also, she just goes into this powerful, defensive,
feral.
Yeah, she just channeled all of that and it came out. And I love that they did that for her character because kind of been flighty a little, not knowing what's going on with the kids. And just seeing that, I sobbed during that scene.
Oh,
yeah, me too. And I think the character that she's playing, she's doing it so well because that was my mom. She looks like my mom. I mean, my mom was brunette, but she looks and acts, the whole attitude, the whole house, the Harvest Gold appliances. I had plastic on the couch, they just did it so well. And she's just an amazing actress.
Your green bathroom.
What was that called? It was called something, not just green. It was
it was not green.
Puke green. It's like pea green. I don't know.
They did love those weird off greens back then.
That's true.
My grandma had a nasty old green carpet.
Yeah.
But I'm loving it so far. I love that they started with the action right from the jump.
Yeah.
They fast forwarded through all the other runs that they had done where nothing happened and got right to the action. I was happy about that.
Yeah. They're doing a really good job. I have even nitpicking, I wouldn't find too much to complain about. I'm really enjoying it.
Then I've heard, what did I send you, Natalie? There's one spinoff.
Oh, you did send me that. I remember
that has been, I don't know if it's officially announced, but I did hear some rumors or see some things they're probably going to do a spinoff. It's with, what's
It must have been a while
Mike's
ago.
older sister's name.
Oh, Nancy?
Nancy. Yeah, it's like a Nancy spinoff.
Okay.
Ooh.
Which would be interesting with if you do like Nancy and Jonathan, or even with Steve or something. I don't know.
Oh, I have
What
a
do you
prediction
do?
too.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Oh.
I think, and I might be totally wrong. We might look back at this and laugh, but I feel like maybe Jonathan's gonna die because he has a ring for her, and I think he's gonna look at Steve and he's gonna be like,
God.
"Take care of Nancy for me."
You're breaking my
I could
heart.
see
Okay.
that though. Oh wow, I could totally see that.
And they're
Don't
real
you
life
think?
couple. They're together.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
so
know.
possible. You just broke my heart because now I know what's going to happen. Now I know what's going to
That's a total guess. I have not heard any fan theories about it.
You know
I
somebody's
think
going to
on my own.
die. They have to kill they have to bring
Yeah.
us to tears. Something's
Yeah.
got to happen. We don't know yet.
And you know it's a final season, so yeah, they got to do it. But I
Yeah.
I really
yeah.
thought they would have did it at least one early too, like at least somebody smaller, like the
Should have
dad.
killed the dad.
Yeah, should have killed the dad.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they both are survived, but we'll see. And then I loved the background with Max
Oh,
Yeah.
and how
love
they
that
tied that
character.
all in.
That's interesting. Like I'm really curious about where all that's going.
Yeah.
And they've also
yeah.
stopped talking about whoever was doing all the tagging of the Hellfire Club too. They stopped talking about it. I don't think it was the boy that was doing that.
Dustin?
Yeah, I don't think he was actually the one doing it. They never
Yeah.
actually showed him doing it.
Oh,
They just kept
and-
being like, "Oh, we're seeing it," and then they showed him being like, "Oh, I'm a Hellfire guy," but you never actually see him doing it. So I think
Yeah.
there's somebody else doing it.
Oh.
I was thinking maybe it was Luke's sister, maybe, but I don't know.
Oh,
Ooh.
If so, she would have already
yeah.
said it by now. I would have thought.
Erica.
Yeah. Were you Erica, Natalie, then?
I was a Nancy.
You were a Nancy.
I was a
Because
Nancy.
Erica's got involved in everything.
Yeah. I didn't get involved. I just made
And
fun of.
she was the younger sister too. You were the
Oh,
older
that's true.
sister, right?
No,
Yeah.
I was the younger sister.
Oh.
But I don't know. I didn't understand the campaigns. But I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I just found out that there's a Broadway play that is in
Prequel?
yes, The First
Mhm.
Shadow.
Prequel.
A prequel.
Really?
It's about. I think it's just like a stage version of Henry's story. I think.
Yes.
Oh.
And it
But it's
gives
all in the
you-
style of the 50s.
Yeah, but it gives you insight because everybody's saying like, where did this start with Henry, with Vecna? Like what happened? And apparently it is on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube and it gives you like exactly why he is who he is and also what's in the cave that he's afraid of.
Oh,
yeah.
Snap.
I figured that's probably going to come out hopefully in the next volume. Hopefully
Yeah.
we don't have to wait till New Year's, but
We could just make this episode just about Stranger Things. I could
Oh
sit here
my
and
goodness.
talk all day about
There's
Stranger
so
Things.
much to say.
There's so much.
there is. It's fantastic. Well, I guess we can get started. So this is what we call a crime and cosmetics segment. And I kind of explained a little bit where that is, where the beauty and crime worlds collide.
Mhm.
This is our first one actually for season 5, and it is an honor to have both you, Amanda and Trevin, here for this beatific journey today.
Well, I do feel like we know a lot about beauty. So
Do you?
I'm glad you chose us. Well, I think it should be obvious.
Should be.
Wow.
So now in our crime and cosmetic episode, which we have sporadically through the years, like we always do crime and cosmetics for every season. We're on our 5th season now. And Kat always researches these great stories where crimes happen in the beauty world and they're pretty crazy. She's covered some crazy ass stories, but this is one of them. So Kat, I can't wait. I'm kind of looking for, I have no idea. She doesn't tell me who she does them on. Like she gives
Yeah,
me a
we do.
name, but I'm not
I
allowed
give
to
you-
read the story.
Yeah. We've done stories
we do like that too.
Yeah.
Do you? Oh, good. Yeah.
It's nice
like-
to be surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to make sure you don't accidentally step on each other's toes, but you still want to
Yeah.
make sure you keep the suspense and the reactions good.
Yes.
Exactly. We've covered, so you're like, how many stories are there possibly that could cover, the beauty world in the criminal world? There's a lot. So we've done the Lime crime scandals. We've covered Max Factor.
Wasn't Gucci or something the Lady Gaga movie? What was that one?
Have not done that one yet.
Yeah.
But we did cover even to the point of like Catherine the Great, because back in Victorian eras, that's where a lot of the makeup and the rouge and all that kind of stuff really kind of came from. So speaking of queens, our episode is called The Crown and the Cartel. So imagine the spotlight right? The crown, the sash, the life of a former beauty queen. Her name is Glenis Zapata. She was once crowned Miss Indiana Latina in 2011. She was 24 years old. Stunning, polished, professional. Glenis's glamorous fairy tale life kind of took a little bit of a dark turn. So last year in 2024, this now 34-year-old was a flight attendant, but not just serving cocktails and peanuts. She was allegedly leading a very dangerous double life, using her job as a flight attendant to carry out high-stakes, highly lucrative operation for the Mexican cartel, rubbing elbows with the DEA's most wanted fugitive at the time. She was transferring money. She was carrying money. The proceeds, allegedly. Okay, I have to say allegedly because she has been indicted, but there is no resolution right now. Still pending court. So you have to say allegedly. But there are so many questions. Like, I don't know if you know, like, so I have a federal investigation background. That's why we kind of call ourselves, like, I'm the forensic femme fatale. Natalie's got a psychology background, so she's like the psych person of it. So when I see these things, I just get like so many questions, right? It's a pending case, like I mentioned. So how did this beautiful beauty queen get caught up in a cartel network in the first place? And why did she do it, if in fact she did? And I want to hear what your opinions are, like, at the end, and see if you think, is there a preponderance of evidence?
Okay.
If you were a jury, what would you say?
Jury duty is in session.
Right.
It definitely seems like a crime of convenience. We talk about these on our show a lot, but I mean, you're just like, well, I'm already in the air going from here to there. I might as well just, I mean, if you want me to just carry this money for you or whatever, it's not too much to ask for. I mean, I'm one of those guys. If I'm like, hey, save me a trip. If you're going to be out there, why don't you pick something up, you know? Instead of that, it's just, why don't you just carry a bunch of, was it money? Or, you say money or drugs? Both?
So for her, and I'm going to kind of get into like some of the details in the indictment, but for her, it was money.
Okay. Yeah,
and
see, that's not as
and
bad.
some of her other involvement, though, she was washing the money, allegedly washing the money.
So where is she? Like, where is this taking place?
So Indiana area based out. Presumably she's still in the Indiana area waiting trial, possibly. But we'll kind of get into how some of the, like, how they got started in all of this. But to be honest, there's not a whole lot we know about Glenis. It's just not publicly available. And why not? So I went down into like my newspapers.com subscription and was like searching, because if she was crowned a beauty queen, she's going to do interviews. Like, there's going to be a lot of that publicity and stuff that's going to be out there. Oh, let me tell you, not easy to track down.
Oh, no.
Really?
Like, it's like a lot of it disappeared.
Okay.
And she was born in the U.S.?
So she wasn't. Honestly, I think it was from Mexico. I couldn't even find out where she was born. I did all kinds of searches and everything like that. But with it being the Mexican cartel, you can kind of, link the two together, thinking she was probably born in Mexico. But 4 years before she was crowned, her parents moved her and the family to Lafayette, Indiana, to get a better education. She graduated from Jefferson High School in 2009. And as she prepared for this 2011 beauty competition, she said that she prepared physically, intellectually, emotionally, and was kind of like pumping herself up, telling herself, it's time to do it. Let's do this. And she was actually the first Hoosier, they call it the Hoosier, to win Miss Indiana Latina title. And for her, she said it was a very unforgettable experience to compete in the pageant. And it kind of works, I guess the Latina pageant kind of works the same way, where you have like a state queen, and then you kind of go at this national level for like Miss United States, Miss America. Okay, so Miss Congeniality movie is like popping in my brain right now.
I love that movie.
I love that movie.
It was such a good movie. So in the national level competition, because she won for Indiana, she interacted with 32 different states, giving her best every day, giving her all she's got, and finished in the top 10 for the national level. And then some of her royal duties as Miss Indiana Latina included interacting with the Latino community, providing community service throughout the state. So I just want to take a real quick second to talk a little bit about the beauty and the crime cosmetics part. The Miss Latina pageant is a contest open to unmarried women who are at least 25% Latina between 19 and 26 years old. The national pageant takes place in Cancun, Mexico every year. I mean, can't beat that.
That's a fun location.
Is that a rule
Yeah.
for all these pageants? Are you supposed to be unmarried? A
Yeah.
married woman can't be a queen?
Yeah,
No.
miss.
So it's myth.
misses.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do
I
they
think
have
they
like
do
a
have some misses somewhere. We might have to look into that.
wow, that is so weird to have like almost like a pee-wee league for women who are married or something.
It is really weird.
And here's your consolation prize. You're
Yeah.
married.
Yeah. Oh well, it's like like a what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Betrothed.
Betrothed.
Oh, yeah.
Like you are queen, and now here's your
Mhm.
kids. Here's your expectations. You have to pop out this many children.
Yeah.
So this national pageant takes place, I mentioned, in Cancun, and the Miss US Latina organization has actually been around since 1983, and their motto is, quote, more than a model, a role model.
Ooh.
So
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
we do this thing called Nuggies. We have a little mascot. He's our little chicken nugget. We call him Nuggies. So keep a nugget in that role model comments.
Okay.
A little nuggie. So individual states can run their own separate pageants. As I mentioned, you kind of have that state level winning. And in Indiana, the Miss Indiana Latina organization's website says that their pageant is dedicated to celebrating the vibrant Latin culture in the state of Indiana. And they take pride in their queens who beautifully embody the essence of Latin culture while also showcasing the value of family, community, and education. Their queens serve as role models for Latin community and society and inspire younger generations to reach their full potential and pursue their dreams.
Aw.
And think about
Sounds
that.
nice.
Like that's where a lot of times, so it's what it's about. You kind of become a role model. You become somebody
Yeah.
who does well in the community. You kind of have that vision. And I know Natalie knows this, but
I was just going to say it. I know what
okay.
you're going to say.
I was in a beauty pageant
Yes.
when I was 8.
She's our beauty queen.
Oh.
So I also grew up in Florida. I joined the military and left right after high school, but I grew up in Florida and I was in the Miss Preteen pageants.
We have the
And
picture.
I finished, and I do have a picture. I finished
Aw,
8th in
fun.
the state.
It's so cute.
But I was
You
8th.
go, girl.
My final evening gown, this is how old I am. My hair was crimped. I had a crimper. My hair was
I
all
love it.
Were your parents like strict beauty queen parents, or were they pretty lax
No.
about it?
No, yeah. What's the TV show?
Toddlers and tiaras.
Toddlers, yes.
No.
No toddlers and tiaras here. And it was a one and done kind of thing.
I never asked you, what was your talent?
Well, the talent was optional and I was too scared to do a talent.
Aw.
So I didn't.
That's okay.
no
You
talent.
are so talented.
I've grown my talent since then. So in subsequent interviews during Glenis's reign, she said she wanted to compete for Miss Indiana Latina to be an example for Latin ladies from Indiana. Now, as her reign started to kind of come to an end, they hold it for a year. She was quoted in one article I was able to find that she hoped more young Latin women would participate and strive to, quote, hold the title with great honor, end quote.
So she took her position as a role model seriously right now. Like
Right.
she is. Okay.
At this point.
Okay.
And when
Where?
you keep saying her reign, is that like your dramatic writing, or do they use that phrase a lot when talking about like when they are like in, I don't know, like during their season of being a queen? Do they really say reign?
I
Good
have heard it
question.
before, but I did write it in.
Okay. I was just thinking like that would be so silly in their world if that's like how they talked all the time. Like, oh, it
Yeah.
is during her reign that she will come and talk at this
Right?
parade, and at the next person's reign, they will take the reins themselves.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Catherine the Great, we talked about her
Right.
reign in a previous episode. But yeah, so at this point in time, I do think that she was very steadfast on being an example, being a role model, interacting with the community. Now, I would probably say not.
Yeah.
And it's not even known exactly when she became a flight attendant. It's not even public what airline she worked for, unfortunately, that I was able to find. It's like, again, like very super secret. And that could be, and I'm going to get to him a little bit, but the head of this cartel organization that she, allegedly was working for was such a bad dude. Like,
But he was able to erase all this stuff that we don't. I mean, that should be that's sketch. That's super like weird.
if I was on the other side, I'd be like putting all the goods out there, sharing all the information.
Yeah.
Do we know if she like maybe used fake names a lot? That was kind of something I was already thinking.
So, I mean, it is possible. I have seen, so her name is Glenis, Glenis. I've seen it spelled with 2 N's as well. And Zapata is her, I don't know if she's married now, but that is her maiden name because her sister is also involved in this.
Ooh,
and I get to that a little bit too. But it was Glenis Zapata on the indictment. And some of the other players in here have the AKAs, other names that they go by. Hers didn't. So the legal activities time frame, it is noted in the indictment to be from 2018 to 2023. So her reign was over in 2012.
Okay.
It's at some point between then is when she became a flight attendant for this mysterious airline. She did hold the position of a flight attendant during this time, and she was allegedly transporting money for the cartel. On the indictment specifically with her involvement, it says November 2019 to March 2022.
Oh, wow. That's a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's money. Allegedly, her role was also because she was a known crew member. So you kind of bypass the security and everything like that. You go through the crew lanes, and she kind of used that to her advantage to help traffickers move millions of dollars in cash, drug proceeds, and put them aboard these commercial jets. Now, she was allegedly the human bridge for cartel's finances at the time.
Wow.
Flying dirty money into the Midwest and then to the southern area of the United States and then into Mexico. So that was kind of like her route.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Would she carry the money on suitcases or in suitcases?
It appears that it is with like her luggage. So you see the crew members, right? They have those little overnight bags and everything that they carry with them. Tucked in there between the undies and the uniform, and the pantyhose.
That's wild that they make a point to say that she's a known crew member and we still don't know for what airline.
Right.
And if somebody out there knows, let us know because I wasn't able to find it. And it's possible it's out there and I just couldn't. But yeah, she used her known crew member badge to kind of at her favor. Now, kind of get to a little bit into that, kind of a little bit as far as how the organization's leader, the drug traffic organization's leader, found her and used her.
Okay.
So the entire investigation, actually, authorities had seized a plane of a private charter jet that was used by the cartel. And on board, they had 20 pounds of cocaine that was packed in several different suitcases and a ton of cash. And this was at the Gary Chicago International Airport, which a lot of the significant evidence against the organization's network that they used on the indictment. This is kind of how everything started. And it was part of the Organized Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force investigation, which is a large-scale multi-agency effort that targets major drug rings. And it's an independent agency of the U.S. Department of Justice. I had never heard before this task force.
It's a lot of words for a task force.
It is a lot of words. Well, the government likes their letters.
Acronyms, yeah.
Other acronyms. So that was in 2021. Well, then on May 21st, 2024, the federal indictment was made public. And actually, it's dated May 16th. So somewhere between like finalizing on the 16th to making it public. This was made public by the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Northern District of Illinois. Now, as the alleged cartel's cash courier, Glenis used her seemingly normal job as a flight attendant, we mentioned, to help move the cartel's drug money, tens of millions of dollars. She was charged on the indictment for money laundering, specifically moving large amounts of drug cash that had transports of $170,000 and $140,000 at one time. She had $170,000 stuffed in her undies, in her luggage.
God.
Those must have been some large granny panties.
This is wild.
Yeah. I don't remember how I came across this. I'm always looking for crime and cosmetics topics. We're going to have to, plug that in for a future one.
I mean, so they found the money on her. And did you say where they found her or where they arrested her at?
She was, I'll that's a good question. I don't know that I know the answer to that. It wasn't in the indictment. She was arrested. It might have been at her home. So she lives in Lafayette, Indiana. She might have been arrested in her home, but the private jet, like charter, was in 2021. She wasn't there at that point in time.
Okay.
But what their sources and other group people have testified to the information stuff that they found is at one point it was $170,000, and then there was another time that it was $140,000 that she was actually trafficking.
This is crazy. I just want to know, like, how did she get here? Like, how did she go from being crowned to this?
I wish we knew, right?
Oh,
so
my God.
A lot of it just isn't known to us yet. And maybe once convictions happen and trials happen and everything like that, maybe we can do like a follow-up and kind of get some of those like nitty-gritty details. But this was too sexy for me not to mention, like this case in itself. Like, but a lot of the investigation, it technically is still an open investigation because they haven't gone to court yet, right? She's been indicted. A lot of them have been indicted. And what we know, actually, she was part of this larger bust network that targeted 18 people, which included that DEA's most wanted fugitive. And his name is Oswaldo Espinoza, a.k.a. Gordo, a.k.a. Gordito, a.k.a. Yogi, a.k.a. Yagua, a.k.a. Scrambler, a.k.a. Cypher 1.
Okay.
I love it.
That's a lot of names. That
is a lot of names.
Vecna has.
Right? So Espinoza, he is from Mexico. He was 41 at the time. He allegedly runs this multi-million dollar drug trafficking ring who, according to prosecutors on the indictment, said that he moved wholesale quantities of cocaine between 2018 and 2023. The traffickers used warehouses, garage, stash houses in Chicago to receive and store both cocaine and cash. The traffickers also used other means to ship the money, including semi-trucks, private charter plane, which I mentioned. That was the one that got caught in 2021. The original bus, which kind of kicked off this whole investigation.
Okay.
So I'm going to go through a list of some of the other, because I think it's funny, the names of some of the other people. Not that the situation is funny.
The AKAs? They have
AKAs.
Oh, boy.
So the indictment included Espinoza's network of the following. Jorge Bourbon Ochoa, 46, a.k.a. Coordinator, a.k.a. Bacho. He was the organization's primary manager. I'm guessing maybe Espinoza's number 2. Then there's Ricardo Tello, or Teo, 37, a.k.a. Ricky, R-I-C-K-Y, a.k.a. Ricky, R-I-K-I, and then also a.k.a. Bacho.
Ooh.
He was head of Chicago operations, so maybe number 3, the number 3 guy. And then
I wonder if Bacho is like almost in the same way that you would give somebody as like your like commander or something. So that's like a rank. So then maybe he came and took his rank, and that's why they had the same name at one point.
Possibly.
Yeah.
That's a good thought. Either bumped down or bumped up or something.
Yeah. Demoted.
This one, Rodolfo Rizzo Ramon, his AKA is Black Hawk. I'm wondering if he was a pilot.
Oh.
I don't know. Black Hawk is helicopter.
Yeah.
And or you could just like bird watching. I don't know.
Well,
he's a helicopter parent.
We know.
He's like, this guy will not leave his kids alone. We're trying to do some drug shit over here.
And he's got mini Rodolfo with him. And then little Rizzo.
Aw.
The next one is Abraham Arachica Centillan, a.k.a. Abe, a.k.a. Lincoln, a.k.a. El Mero Pero Bravo.
That sounds like a major code name. Like something's going down.
El Mero Pero Bravo. The next one is Jesus Lionel Camacho Vera, a.k.a. Leo, a.k.a. Primo. Then Jose Isaias Martinez, a.k.a. Tank, with 2 spellings, Tanque and Tanke. So, Aliam Linares, a.k.a. Alian, and then Casapolis, was just weird things. Martin Herrera Fernandez, a.k.a. Pilon, and then poor Ahmad Collins. He has no a.k.a.
He must be too new for a nickname. He wasn't here long enough. So he's the guy who just got hired, and then he's like, this is my first day, and then everybody gets busted. And he's like, shit, never got a nickname.
What did I sign up for? I didn't even choose to have a nickname. So it's funny too, because so when I was in the military, we had like you would have code names, right? Especially talking on the radio, you'd have your whatever. And one of the places that we would go is you would never be able to give yourself your name. You had to earn your nickname depending on whatever it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we had one guy who gave himself the name Woody. Had nothing to do with his actual name or anything like that. He just wanted the name Woody. And he is the only person I know that was stuck by picking his own code name. So, like,
Did she just freeze?
Yeah,
Yep.
it was getting kind of bad, and now it's just out.
Oh no, she's telling that story. Kat, Kat, are you there?
Uh-oh. Woody got her.
You froze.
Damn it, Woody.
Woody.
it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Sorry about that, guys.
No, you're fine.
You were telling us about
Sorry.
Codename.
Yeah.
I want to hear about Woody.
Yes.
Got
You
it,
want to hear
Yeah,
about
Woody,
Woody?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't pick your own name. You have to earn your name. You have to earn your code name. You have to earn your nickname.
It's really uncool to do that. Yeah.
No, it is. But his is the only one that actually stuck. Like he was that adamant about having it that we were all
Oh.
just kind of like, fine, whatever.
Did you all at least say it in kind of like a shitty way? Like, okay, Woody.
Yes. I kept calling him Toy Story.
Right. That's what I immediately think of.
Right. Now, for me, my code name, I had a couple. My first married name, my last name was Earp, E-A-R-P. So naturally, Wyatt was my code name. And that was
that's
like a
fun.
natural thing. Like I didn't have to pick it. People picked it for me. And after I got remarried, it kind of changed a little bit. But also right around that same time, I got a concussion. And I actually they were picking on me because it was at work and it was like a stupid thing I did. Like I did it to myself, right? So they were going to pick on me about it. And then they realized how serious it was. They were going to call me, I want to say it was like redo or like, I can't even remember. It was a something. And it ended up, I was actually out of work for a month and a half. My concussion
God.
was that
Oh,
bad.
damn.
But I did it to myself. So they were like using it to pick on me.
Poor
Anyways,
girl.
we all had fun and everything like that. Yeah. So all those like code names and stuff are so fun. You can't give yourself your own name. You got to earn it.
Right. Until then, you're a bacho.
Bacho.
Everybody's a
Bacha.
bacho.
I'm a bacha. Actually, with my name being Kat, Gata was one of my code names as well. It's just Gata.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, that's kind of cheesy because that's Kat.
Yeah, I like that.
So all of our people here, all of our players and all of our code names, they were all charged with conspiracy to knowingly and intentionally possess with intent to distribute and the actual distribution of a controlled substance, namely a quantity of mixture and substance containing a very detectable amount of cocaine, which is a Schedule II, no, controlled substance. It was part of the conspiracy that Espinoza, our ringleader, he had this international drug trafficking organization that they call the Espinoza DTO. I'm just going to kind of refer to it as a DTO.
Okay.
That they imported cocaine into the United States from Mexico, transported the cocaine to different cities and towns across the United States, delivered wholesale quantities of cocaine to distributors and customers, collected the cash from the sales, transferred the drug proceeds from the United States back into Mexico for the benefit of obviously the members of the DTO. And we're talking about like thousands of kilograms of cocaine and laundered tens of thousands of millions of dollars in drugs proceeds. There was a big operation.
Man. It just started with like a guy in a dream, and he built his own operation.
I mean, kudos to you for building it, right? In such a way.
It's not easy. Do your own thing. A young entrepreneur,
So there's a couple, I'm going to go through a couple of dates and stuff here. Most of it was the intent to distribute large quantities, including the Northern District of Illinois, which the North Indiana is actually, no, it is Illinois. Illinois is the one that has the indictment, but it's not limited to just the possession that was seized by law enforcement. And they seized the following: March 31st, 2021, 5 kilos. June 9th, 2021, 5 kilos. Both of those were in Chicago. Also on June 9th, there was 8 kilos near LaPorte, Indiana. I don't know how close LaPorte is to Chicago, if you guys are familiar with that at all, the area.
No, I don't spend enough time in that. I love Chicago. I've only been there once, though.
I think I've only been there once also. It's not that far from us. We could take the train.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in November, also in Chicago, 100 kilos.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
Ooh.
In June of 2021, there was 8 kilos in LaPorte, Indiana. Now, the next couple ones, 3 of them are in 2022. So February 2022, 40 kilos from Homestead, Florida, Natalie, on the other side of the state. March of 2022, 300 grams in Houston, Texas.
Oh, wow.
118 kilograms in Pharr, Texas at the end of March, so a couple weeks later. And then October 1st, 2023, 223 kilos in Wixom, Michigan.
Wow.
So they did a lot of like the Midwest and
ramped up their production in 2022, it looks like.
Business was good.
Oh, wow.
None for Kansas City. Wah, wah.
Yeah.
No.
Flyover state, I guess.
Yeah. 2019 was the first documented in the indictment where they actually seized currency. I mentioned the drugs already. So I mentioned the seized coke. This is a seized currency that they caught. Hillside, Illinois, $305,000. The next year in April 2020, then there's November 2020 and December 2020. The first one was $909,000 in Logansport, Indiana. Then $400,000 in Chicago. And then again, $715,000 in Chicago. And that was, so the end of November to mid-December, so it was like 2 weeks apart that they seized those in Chicago.
Wow.
There was $750,000 in 2021, $586,000 in 2021 in Tennessee. That's Natalie, one of Natalie's favorite places is Tennessee.
More
and then
Midwest.
in Chicago, yeah, and Indianapolis. I can totally see this for Indianapolis. I spent a good part of the year earlier this year in Indianapolis. Some kind of sketch areas, so I could totally see it. But they had $525,000 seized in Indianapolis, $573,000 in Chicago, 1.2 million in Chicago, and then $999,000 in Chicago. That was all in 2021. And Chicago's not far from Indianapolis either.
Dang. So it just keeps getting seized, but they don't stop. They just keep working around it.
So there have been people that have been arrested and already charged or convicted. These are just kind of the previous ones have just added to like this indictment. It's just like all the things. The biggest one was that 1.2 million. Chicago, because it was like based out of Chicago area. And I guess where she's at in Indiana, because, you know, Chicago and Indiana, like right next to each other, or Chicago's really close to Indiana. That's where a lot of her movements and everything were from. I say her, allegedly her, the operation, the DTO. Jorge, as I mentioned earlier, Jorge Bourbon Ochoa, he served as the primary manager of the DTO operations and coordinated the distribution of cocaine loads and collection of the bulk amount of the cash drug proceeds within the United States. So that was the first Bocho. The second Bocho, Ricardo Tello, he was the head of the Chicago-based operations and served as like a logistics coordinator for the drug organization, coordinating some of the transportation within the United States, concealing trucks of cocaine, like in semi-trucks to move kind of throughout, received not just the cocaine, but also bulk cash drug proceeds as well. So there's like a whole list of like all the things, you know, the different positions and stuff that was outlined on.
You're making that type of money. You're hiring some really good, intelligent people to, you know,
or not.
Well, I mean, with that type of money, you can, you know, you can hire some.
You can ramp up production.
Logistics. Yeah.
A couple of the other people that were on the indictment, sadly, also don't have AKAs, but Elvin Steiner, Raul Navarre Gomez, Uriel Arian Cardenas, and David Berger. David got caught up in all this, I guess. So part of their indictment is financial transactions of interstate and foreign commerce, which involve the proceeds of the unlawful activity, buying and selling, otherwise dealing controlled substances. So these were like the dealers. They were the ones that were getting the drugs and then kind of further distributing them. So buying, selling, otherwise dealing these controlled substances. Getting it back to our crown with the cartel. So Glenis Zapata, her sister earlier, was also caught in this. And Elenis Zapata is her name. She was 33. And then there was another woman, Georgina Banuelos. Both Elenis and Georgina were bank employees. They allegedly helped her launder the money and like clean the money by working in the bank. So they would exchange this money and kind of like make it go through the financial system and like get the dirty money out, clean money in.
Wow.
So just luckily she has a sister that's in the banking business.
Right? And by exchanging also lower denomination bills for higher denomination ones. And in the indictment, it said they, quote, knowingly and willfully failed to file currency reports for the transactions as required under federal law. So that's kind of where they got kind of caught up, not only cleaning the dirty money or exchanging the money, but they didn't file it appropriately. So, you know, the government, they're going to be like, oh, charge.
Mhm.
Don't mess with the tax man.
No.
Yeah, don't mess with our money.
So Glenis specifically, to kind of get it back here, she is outlined as a conspirator to use various means to transport the drug proceeds from the Midwest and elsewhere to the southern part of the United States, as I mentioned, a bunch of those locations, and on and into Mexico, including commercial flights and using the assistance and ability as a known crew member, her badge, using her authority. She was also part of kind of that semi-truck trailer transportation. And other private chartered planes, not to mention the one in 2021, but there were other private chartered planes as well that were listed in the indictment. Now, Espinoza was said to have deliberately hired people with quote unquote regular everyday jobs, like Glenis being a flight attendant, to move the cocaine and the cash around the multiple states from Indiana, Illinois to Florida. But authorities were able to track the movement of this drug money that had the two specific incidences where Glenis was accused on the indictment of transporting the $170,000 and $140,000 in 2019.
This is crazy. This whole story is taking such a turn. I just wanted, but I want to know, like, do you get back to the pageant organization? Like, what do they think? Do they know what this is going on while she's reigning or while she has her crown? Or this is completely, like, do they have any input on what's going on? Can they take the crown away?
Well, I guess they don't. Well, she's just going through the court stuff now, so I guess they have to wait for her to be charged, and then they might take the crown away.
I would think so. You know, it comes back to, what was her name? Oh my God. She's a famous actress, singer. She was Miss USA, and she had to hand back her crown because she posed for Playboy.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember her name either.
Yeah, they take those things away, like they snatch them back the minute you have some type of bad behavior.
Yeah, then I bet they do. If they don't, then that's something's not right.
On it, yeah.
There's plenty not right, so I probably wouldn't surprise me.
So the Miss U.S. Latina pageant organization, when she was arrested, of course, once people found out that, oh my gosh, she was Miss Indiana Latina, like, you know, it was such a big part of her story. They're like, she does not represent our organization, you know, and as a matter of fact, her reign, they did say this, and they said her reign ended 13 years ago, and we have cut off all like ties to her.
Wow.
So does that mean like their history of that year is just like scrubbed or?
No, and I think because I guess you could look at it like you behaved well while you were in office, leading, you know, in your
representing,
reign. Yeah. So you represented the organization well at that point in time. But now they're like, yep, you know, we basically, she handed her crown over to somebody else, and they kind of cut all ties. Is kind of how they were saying that, like, they actually have no dealings with her.
The girl's Vanessa Williams.
Yes.
She was another one that was crowned, and her crown was removed because she posed for Playboy.
Yep.
She did. I mean, look at her now.
God, she doesn't need them. No.
Yeah, she was on Desperate Housewives, and she's like, whatever.
Oh, was she? I didn't know that. Huge Vanessa Williams fan. I mean, she became a singer, an actress. Like, it was probably well worth it for her.
Yeah.
Anytime Playboy comes knocking, I'll remember that. Like, remember what happened from Vanessa Williams? This is a real make it situation.
You're gonna make it.
Yeah, there's no breaking it. It's just make it.
Hugh knows the way. Hugh knows the way. We did another case, Betty Page.
Yes.
Right?
Betty Page.
We covered a Betty Page, and wow, the things that she did.
Crazy.
Maybe a lot of people aren't quite familiar with, but yeah, she, you know, also she was the original pinup, like the Playboy, beautiful too, like stunning. But
they made a movie about her on IFC that wasn't too bad.
No.
Yeah.
The Notorious Betty Page, I think is what it was called.
Yes, I saw that. It's good.
Love it. Who played her? Do you know? Or was it like a known actress?
Was it Gretchen Mol? Is that who it was?
Don't know the name. Now you got me looking.
Yeah, it is Gretchen Mol. Yep.
Okay.
Who's Gretchen Mol?
She was in Boardwalk Empire. That was like probably her biggest TV role.
Love Boardwalk Empire. Yeah. Okay. Wow. I mean, oh, look at it right there. The Notorious Betty Page, 2005.
Yeah, she looked the part really well.
Good. Well, this case paints a picture of a glamorous facade allegedly concealing a critical role in a vast multi-million-dollar international criminal enterprise. The glamorous jet setter, Glenis, allegedly as the cartel's trusted courier, seemingly an ordinary profession, providing a perfect cover for a vast criminal enterprise that the DEA contributes to, quote, the worst drug crisis in U.S. history as part of this cartel. Yeah. So how would you like to be known for that? Miss Indiana Latina, 2011. Mm-hmm. Miss Worst Drug Crisis Ever in U.S. history.
She shoots high, yeah. Gotta be number one, whatever she does.
I know which one made more money.
Right. Now, the indictment does allege that Glenis knowingly conducted a financial transaction that affected interstate and foreign commerce. So Glenis is currently out on bond, awaiting trial. She was arrested in May of last year, as I mentioned. She was in custody in Chicago, so she will be going to federal court in Chicago. Ooh. And there's no trial date yet set. I looked and I couldn't find one, and I'm like, oh, we need to find out, when that is. But they have such a group of people who are also awaiting trial, so I doubt that they're going to do them together. They're probably going to do it individually, right? Her bond was $20,000, and likely, like I mentioned kind of in the beginning, I think she is in the Lafayette, Indiana area, or maybe Chicago area, just because that's where she's going to be going to trial. I don't know what she does now. I did find a LinkedIn that had the name, and it was the same area, but it said it was like a logistics thing. But I couldn't, the picture didn't look like
logistics.
her.
She knows a lot about logistics. Come on. I mean, she's been studying a whole life for logistics work. This is great. Go work a trucking company.
Yeah. I know how to move things, make it happen.
Yeah.
So the other people who have been convicted so far that are part of this drug network, there's two of them, Jose Pablo Barraza Resendez and Diego Soto Herrera. They were sentenced to prison in 2023. They pled guilty to the charges for the seizure of 55 pounds of cocaine from the Chicago-based area, like the Chicago operations, and then an additional sale of about 6.5 pounds of cocaine. And no court date for our former beauty queen, but we will stand by. Yeah. See what happens. So that's your story. That's your very first crime of cosmetics. What do you guys think?
Crazy.
It was stunning. It was shocking. It was everything in between. No, but really, what a wild jump, from her younger days until
ambitious.
I mean, life is rough,
I really wish, and I hope one day that we can find out, like, what happened in between, right? Because you never know, like, lifestyles or something had happened, or maybe it was something happened to her parents, or like emotional, like.
She needs to write a book.
Well, my speculation is just, well, at least what my brain keeps going to is there's a saying, I forget which football player said it, or maybe it was an NBA player, but they asked about, like, because a lot of football players and NBA players end up going bankrupt not long after they retire. And one of the quotes that I remembered hearing was, "We make a lot of money, but we spend a lot of money too." And it makes me wonder if maybe, getting the glitz and glamour life, getting the feel of being a celebrity for a bit and like being seen in like nice outfits like that. Yeah. I'm sure it can kind of lead you to want to, keep up that lifestyle once you've attained it. But, the paychecks aren't coming in to keep it going, I would imagine.
I don't even know what, like, if you get crowned a state queen, like, I imagine when you go and you have all these speaking engagements and community outreach and all these like good things that are good for the community, like, does it really pay though?
Probably not.
I can't imagine that it would.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Yeah, I met a former, what was she? She was a beauty queen from like 2000 something. I don't know. She was next door to me when I went to a true crime podcast festival, and it was the year when I went without you. It was in Denver.
Okay.
But she was a former beauty queen, and we talked for a while. I think she was from Minnesota or something, but I mean, She looked like a normal person to me.
No, she was probably smuggling drug money.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. State level pageants receive scholarships. That's okay. Okay, Mr. Congeniality, right? The scholarship.
Right.
World peace.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
So state level pageants, they do have a salary, all expenses paid, entries into the national competition. Miss America is awarded a scholarship of about $50,000. Miss USA is a 6-figure salary for the year. Okay. Miss Universe, $850,000 for Miss Universe.
Oh my God.
Well, Miss USA and Miss Universe, that's the same circuit, right? And then there's like Miss America with
So yes, Miss Universe and Miss USA are part of the same system.
Okay.
Those are for profit.
Yeah,
Miss America is non-profit.
Miss America, that's why they're only giving the little scholarships.
Ah.
A scholarship-based program that does not typically provide a traditional salary, but they do award the scholarship about $50,000 in an appearance contract, basically saying that you have to like go and travel and, make appearances. Be the role model.
Yeah. So see, she just got high on the being a winner part of it all and just wanted to keep riding the wave up with it.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. That's a crazy story.
I wonder if the reason why they're waiting to do hers is because they're waiting to get like the more information from the other ones with the bus before. And then they're like, okay, now that we've got more information from these bus, now we can bring you in.
So the original indictment had 15 people. And then I think they found the 3 females, Glenis, her sister, Elena, and then Georgina, the other female, the 2 bankers. They were added on. So the original indictment only had 15.
Okay,
They were like, oh, snap. And apparently, and Natalie, we're going to have to look into this a little bit, but apparently smuggling the money and everything like that is common with flight attendants.
Oh, really?
When I was researching the story and everything, I was like, hot damn.
Maybe they should pay them better than they want to.
That's true. That's true.
They have to deal with cranky people all day. They're like, this isn't worth it unless I smuggle.
I meant to tell you, Natalie, on the flight down, I just went on a cruise a couple weeks ago, and we flew down to Florida, flew down to Fort Lauderdale, my husband and I. And on the way down, I sat next to this lady who, at first, you were like, wow, you're a lot. Like for somebody that I'm going to sit next to for the next couple hours, right? You're a lot. But we did end up talking quite a bit, and she is a retired flight attendant, so she kept going, oh, they shouldn't be doing this. Oh, they shouldn't be doing that. And then ended up talking to the flight attendant that was kind of like I think we did get upgraded to first class, so we were like in that section. So she got to talking to the other lady, and they like knew some of the same people, and she is actually in a television show. My God, hold on, I need to find it. Banshee. Have you ever seen the television show Banshee?
The Cinemax show. I'm aware of it.
Okay. She told me I look like that lead character. And I was like, are you serious?
That's a very nice compliment.
I'm going to need to look that up. Banshee?
I never told you that, Natalie, and I meant to totally tell you that.
Well, you always say that people say you look like Jodie Foster when she was younger. Jodie Foster,
yeah.
But I think you're way better looking than Jodie Foster.
When I was like, I don't know, in middle school, when she was talking, it came out with the Silence of the Lambs and everything. Everybody's like, oh my God, Jodie Foster kind of was coming up and coming. She's like, oh my God, people would always tell me, you look like Jodie Foster. And I'm like, thank you. Then the other one I get told I look like is Jennifer Nettles. Do you know who that is? Country singer.
Oh, then I'm definitely not.
She's an actress as well. She's been in a couple things, but primarily country singer. Sugarland is the name of the band. She's the main singer on that one.
Trevin's researching all the gals you're saying.
Oh, she was in Dexter.
Oh,
love Dexter.
Nettles.
Jennifer Nettles. She was in Dexter. Really?
There's a picture. Amy Lee Gemstone. I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, I love her.
Okay. So she's and she's a singer. That makes total sense.
Oh,
okay.
Oh, okay.
Do you watch The Righteous Gemstones, or are you aware of that?
No.
Yes, I love that.
She's the
They're
mom, the dead mom that they have all the flashbacks of. That's Jennifer Nettles.
Oh, okay. They're hilarious. You have to watch that, Kat.
I haven't seen that. Okay.
So funny.
Amanda, Trevin, do you guys want to plug your podcast? Where can people find Live, Laugh, Larceny?
Yes.
We made it so that we are pretty much on every single streaming platform we could think of. So you can find us anywhere you listen. Also, we do take listener petty crime stories. So you can email them at livelaughlarceny@gmail.com. And then we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, Facebook, all the things.
Yeah, send us a DM if you want. Always open. And we have a website too, livelaughlarceny.com if you want that.
Yes, that has everything.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for putting up with my technical difficulties today.
Gosh. No, thank you so much for having us on.
Yeah, thanks for teaching us a little bit more about beauty. That was surprisingly something that neither of us knew anything about as beauty experts.
Amanda has a little knowledge of the pageant world.
Oh, that's true. She knew a lot more than I thought. I knew. Oh, wow. Yeah.
But I'm assuming not so much about the cartel world.
That I'm not as familiar.
No, we haven't had the pleasure.
I wouldn't recommend it.
So we wouldn't dream of leaving you hanging for more chilling details and twists, which I'm sure are coming up because this is an active case, right? So we're going to have follow-ups and updates. Okay.
We definitely have a case update.
Okay, cool. Check out after that Crime Chat, available exclusively on our Patreon.
And don't forget to follow Amanda and Trevin, right? Live, Laugh, Larceny, and Crime Chat with Nat and Kat on our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, X, all the socials. And check out what they got going on, what we got going on. You don't want to miss out.
Yes, I'll be sending some Florida man stories to you guys. I got some local ones that are not covered by the news. Like there's so much.
Please do, because we are actually gathering right now to start.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
For this coming February. Yeah.
I will send you some, definitely, especially on golf courses. People don't realize the crime that happens on golf courses. It's crazy.
We've had a few, actually.
I mean, golf itself is a crime.
Have you heard of the famous lizard man in South Carolina?
I don't think so.
The lizard man.
Okay.
Much like the Florida man. It's like the Mothman, but it's like
okay, yeah.
There's been a couple of different things on it, but it's very one of those weird things that's out there. But everybody, you talk to somebody, and you're like, it's actually from the town that I live in. It's a lizard man.
Wow.
Oh, cool. No wonder you know a thing or two about it.
I was going to say another reason why we have a true crime podcast.
Yeah, you were traumatized since you were young.
All right. Well, you want more chilling content and behind the scenes chaos, and we definitely have some chaos from this episode with Kat's internet. Become a VIP chatter to our Patreon. You'll unlock bonus episodes, bloopers, exclusive sneak peek, and even free merch. And yes, we have some criminal goodies in the works. We make free merch every year for every season. Ooh. So support the show, fuel your obsession with the weird, the wicked, and join the Crime Chat chatter crew in style.
And be sure to check out our next episode. Natalie, do you know what you're doing yet?
I'm still Nat is still researching. It's gonna be a surprise. I like to surprise you.
Oh, you do. Yeah. It's like the day before, she's like, "Oh, this is what we're going to talk about." But it's good. It's always good to know. Like you guys are saying, it's good to really not know too much about it. But
just go with it. Have fun.
Gotta go with it. So we'll see you chatters on the next Crime Chat. And thank you, Amanda and Trevin, again for joining us. And
thank you for having us.
Live, laugh, larceny.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.